Hi, welcome to Home Farm. Today we're going to be trying out and reviewing the Briiv air filter.
So the first thing we should do is let you know that we were sent and gifted this Briiv filter, which is very nice, with absolutely no obligation to do a review or say anything positive about the product. They just sent it to us and asked us to try it out. So we have done that, and it turned up looking very swanky.
And when we open the box, I've got to say that this is probably the coolest product that I've seen in a very, very long time. So if you're going to watch one video, a review video, this is probably one of those. Purely because this product is renewable, it's sustainable, it's groovy, it's cool, it ticks a lot of boxes.
It's very sexy. It is on the higher price point of filters, especially for the size of it. Yeah. So it is a desktop size or tabletop size. It can go just about anywhere really in the household, but it's been designed in such a way that it is so aesthetically pleasing. It is so beautiful in its design that it really is almost like a statement piece in your home.
Definitely.
It's definitely going to be a talking point. When people walk in and see this on, the side of your kitchen counter or on a desk or on a table somewhere in the house, someone's going to stop and say, what is that? That's so cool. It is very, very, very nice, isn't it?
So we've used air purifiers on and off for a few years. And from an environmental perspective, they aren't the best things for the planet, purely because the HEPA filter that's inside takes a very long time to break down.
The standard air filters cannot even be recycled, and about 6,000 tons of HEPA filters are sent to landfill every year, and that's the equivalent of 500 London buses. So it's a whopping great amount that contributes to landfill and pollution. So yeah, we did used to use air purifiers many, many years ago, purely because A, we didn't know how horrendous they were for the environment, and B, because I have allergies and asthma. But we recently have got this one, and it's really interesting because it's really just, there is nothing traditional about the Briiv air filter or air purifier at all.
Yeah, so they've completely rethought the whole process of actually making an air filter. And they've completely redesigned it. I mean, when you first look at it, you said it's a statement piece. Your first thought is, wow, that's really cool. What is that? So you start to realize that, they've really reinvented the air filter, if you like, by removing the man-made HEPA filters. So they've used natural and recyclable materials to actually create the whole filter, which is really cool because as soon as those filters are done, they basically can go up on your compost heap, or they can go anywhere. They'll just break down naturally and just become part of the environment.
When you get the Briiv air purifier, it comes in a box. You take it out and you have
It's a really cool box.
It's very cool. And you have to kind of put it together. So you've got your base fan bit, then you've got some coconut husk, wood fiber.
And a carbon filter.
Yeah, and then you've got the moss on top of that, and then the glass dome that fits on top of that. So it's really easy. Put it together in 5 minutes. Very simple. Absolutely a no-brainer thing to do, and it just looks just so gorgeous. As soon as before you even turned it on, you're thinking, okay, this is very lovely. And what's really nice about it is even they're really dedicated to sourcing their materials in an ethical and environmentally friendly way. So even the plastic base, where the fan and everything and the electronics are built into it, even that plastic is made from elephant grass.
Elephant grass, apparently.
Absolutely amazing. So not a polymer, and not doing a traditional fossil fuel polymer. It is a natural elephant grass plastic that's been created, and it's all recyclable. I think over 90% of the Briiv.
That's what they say on their website.
The plastic that's made from the elephant grass is obviously biodegradable, but what's really nice about plant-based plastics is that they're far superior with regards to actually being recycled sold at end of life. So with traditional plastics, you can only recycle them a certain amount of time before you just can't melt them down and reuse them again. With plant-based plastics, you can do that far more many times. So plant-based plastics are definitely the future of the plastic industry as far as I'm concerned. I think that I would love to see a lot more companies
Definitely.
using plant-based plastics.
The reindeer moss that they actually put into it is sourced from Finland, from a sustainable forest. So again, they try to complete and think about everything that goes into this filter is as sustainable as possible.
And that reindeer moss is natural. So if you get it out of the pack, you might initially think, oh, it kind of feels a little bit synthetic, but it is actually natural. That is just how reindeer moss feels, and it can leave a bit of a green mark on your fingers when you're initially dealing with it. And again, that's just natural. That's just, like if you go out to the garden and rub your hands all over the grass lawn, you're going to get a bit of a green tinge.
And the color throws you, because when you first open it, it's just such a vibrant, strong green. It almost looks artificial.
It does.
And it does throw you a little bit, but it's incredible just how amazing it is.
And again, it's just really nice and easy to replace. The reindeer moss will start to, when you take it out of the bag initially, it feels kind of a little bit, I wouldn't say moist, or damp, but just kind of like really soft and cold. And then when you actually put it in after a couple of days, it starts to kind of dry out a little bit, can get a little bit crispy, but that's just to be expected with any moss. Even if you were to use moss, part of a flower or plant display, you'll start to see that the moss starts to dry out. That's completely normal, but it's still working and it's still filtering. So each Briiv is assembled by a small team of people. They're really dedicated to the cause, and for example, the glass that they use on the glass dome is all hand forged, and it's all designed and manufactured here in the UK. So again, offsetting or avoiding any carbon footprint in transportation.
It does exactly what you'd expect from an air purifier. It can remove particulate matter, VOCs, and it even works with odors. So we've positioned ours in the kitchen. When we start to cook something like maybe a curry or something that's a little bit more
pungent,
aromatic, I would have said, then it's very effective in actually circulating that air and cleaning that air out quite quickly actually. So even the strongest of smells dissipate quite quickly.
So one Briiv is the equivalent of like 3,000 indoor plants, which just goes to show how beneficial it really is and how quickly it's clearing the air and making it nice and clean and fresh.
And I think it's been designed to basically be able to purify the air in rooms of about 6 by 6 meters. We've actually got it in our kitchen diner, which is a far bigger space than that. And we found it to be very effective. The filters also work in such a way that they remove pollen. So I know that you suffer from hay fever, so it's going to be really interesting to see how effective that is this coming spring and summer. But just generally speaking, I just love the way that it looks and the way that it performs.
Then you can also buy spare parts. If you accidentally broke the glass dome, you can repurchase that separately, which is really nice. And then all the filters inside you can also purchase, and they're quite reasonably priced. So the price point really is just in the initial investment of the unit. I've got to say, I think it's absolutely a winner. It's absolutely gorgeous. I really like that it's been done by a small business, and they're really being so innovative. I mean, it's almost kind of revolutionizing air purifiers. And no longer is it just a big white bulky box sitting in the middle of the room making a kind of a voomy noise. This is now coming into our homes and being part of our aesthetics and our home design, and actually being something that you want to look at, you want on display, and is actually working to do something beneficial for you and your families. They've also got an app, so you're able to use that to control your Briiv. Even
though you can control it just from the actual unit itself by pushing the little button, I found that the app gives you far more control, because you can actually set the speeds of the fan a lot easier, and it also allows you to create schedules. The one important distinction I think between this air purifier and maybe others that are on the market is it doesn't have a sensor to actually detect whether there are VOCs or particulate matter or something in the air or odors. So you basically have to manually set it yourself to actually turn on, which is not a big deal, because if you have got a schedule, we've actually set ours now to come on in the morning before we come downstairs. So it's basically circulated the air in there. We've also set it for more or less the same time that we cook. And if we mentioned the more aromatic type foods, If you are doing that, you just go switch it on either at the actual unit itself, or you can just use the app to activate it.
It currently only comes with a black base. I'm sure that they'll start to look at coming up with other colors. I'm sure that, you know, just for their initial launch, they just wanted to choose something very simple and neutral. And the black looks very smart, but it will be really nice later on when you start to see different colors come out, making it a little bit more kind of, you know, you be able to choose your color for your, you know, your aesthetics and your style, or just a white, which I think would be really nice, especially in a kitchen. We've got white counters, so that would kind of just disappear a little bit more.
Despite its size, it still needs to be plugged in all the time. So it comes with a little USB cable that basically connects to your mains.
Which might be actually a conscious decision on the behalf of the designers and the company, because obviously batteries are another thing that are ending up in landfill, and they might have actually decided that actually having a battery unit that you're having to replace those batteries and sending that to landfill is actually too polluting, so actually just plugging it in at the mains. But quite honestly, you know, I'm fine with that, and we haven't found it a problem to find somewhere to plug it in. So a huge thank you to Briiv for sending this product out to us. It's just been such a joy to try out something that's so innovative, that is so attractive, that is beautiful. I love products that are innovative, but you can really feel the passion coming through the product. You can actually feel the kind of the brains and the creativity behind the product coming through it, and you really can with this. You take it out of the box, and just the amount of attention to detail, you know, you just feel like every single thing has been thought through. There's just so much care and love that's gone into this product and into this company, and you know, I just really highly recommend. I think it is a little bit pricier. I think it's worth the money. I think that if you're especially looking at buying it for your own home, it's going to look fantastic. It's going to be as much as a focal point aesthetically as it is actually going to be doing a really good job. I think it's also a gorgeous gift for someone if it's a new home or a wedding gift or something.
Amazing gift. I'd love to get something like that.
I would be blown away. And it's different, you know, it's not your traditional gift. With this, they would actually receive it and think, wow, you've actually bought me more than just an air purifier. You've bought me something really, really special. It's a gorgeous product, and I'm just so proud that it's been made. I think it's made in Leeds.
It's in Leeds, yeah.
I'm just so proud of them. I think they're doing a fantastic job, and you know, can't wait to see what else they're going to bring out, and you know, how it's going to develop. And I think it's really going to be a hot product that wins a lot of awards.
I hope so. So I hope that you found this video useful and interesting. If you did, as always, thumbs up, subscribe button below, and we'll see you on our next video. Thanks for watching.
Bye bye.